Even though you're trying to get better, you still fuck up.
Don't shed light to that one bad day. Shed light to the rest of the days that you had and just get back on track.
I'm a big believer in you can't help anyone before you help yourself. Good morning and welcome
To the Peachcast.
Is this episode 7?
The last one was 7, I think. I actually think this one's 8.
7 or 8? Welcome to episode 7 or 8. Impressive specimen.
Yes. So we have about 3.5 cups of coffee in each cup here. So
yeah, the normal morning amount, I would say.
What I put in it is a little bit of that fake sugar, whatever we call that.
Stevia.
Mm-hmm. And then creamer is like 10 calories for every 2 tablespoons you put in. So it's kind of basic, nothing too fancy about it when you're tasting
Simple.
it. It's simple, but it's hot and cold. It's early.
It's cold in here. Mm-hmm. We did not have the heater on.
Yeah. So it
is what the outside temperature was. So like 42, something like that. Got it going. Got the heater running this morning.
Updates for you guys. It looks completely the same for you guys.
Oh yeah.
But we have like a full,
totally renovated this place.
Yeah, so like we actually have flooring. So beforehand, if I like turn the camera the other direction, you guys before would see like cement on the ground. The paint, the walls would be like thrashed. It was horrible. But now we have like flooring. We painted the walls.
The couch, did trim work. Yeah, I got some desks, some computers and stuff in here. Yeah. It's looking more like an actual office to get some work done. What do we do? No idea. Right. We're just kind of winging it. Speaking of wings, I like chicken wings. What about you?
Oh my God. Why don't you shut this off right now? We go get some wings.
1 out of 10.
3, 2, 1, 7.
Oh, I forgot to speak.
Say 7. 7. Okay. 3, 2, 1, 7. All right.
That's it. End of the podcast. Bye.
Silence, please. I love coffee, bro. I remember being like super young, watching my dad. He always had a mug in his hand, in the morning. Actually, throughout the day. It's like, coffee's gross. I was such a hater of coffee when I was like...
Oh, so was I.
I was pretty young now. I was probably like 13, 14. Yeah. And I was like, coffee's gross. Like, give me some choco milk.
Yeah, some choco milk. Just dump a bunch of creamer in there. I remember I used to drink creamer out of the bottle. Did you ever do that?
The creamer.
I used to drink the creamer straight out of the bottle. How horrible.
It's like 70. It's like 70-30. I think everybody's gone through a phase of that as well. It's like you think you're drinking coffee, but you're drinking more creamer than coffee. Yeah. So it's like, you got your like amaretto or your whatever you're drinking. It's like this much creamer and then this much coffee. And you're like, I love coffee. It's great.
That's the majority of people, I feel like. Especially if you're going to like Starbucks ordering like Frappuccinos. I don't know about like drinking like coffee flavored coffee. It sounds so cliche. It sounds so cliche. But drinking coffee flavored coffee is how you know you've grown up a little bit. Even Elena tells me, my wife, she went to Dutch the other day and got a Rebel. And like, she used to hate coffee. Not hate it. She just didn't like coffee before we got together. And then these days she went to Dutch and got like a Rebel. Which is the energy drinks for those of you that don't have Dutch brothers.
It's like a sweet.
Yeah, it's like a really sweet, like iced blended energy drink pretty much. And she's like, this tastes like shit. She's like, I should have gotten coffee.
Yeah.
She's like, who drinks this stuff? It's so sweet.
15-year-olds.
Pretty much. That's the appeal. But yeah, these days, I just love a good coffee flavor. Speaking of coffee, that's actually my thing I'm doing. I've been really trying to like better my quality time with my family. So I do work so much that when I'm home, I really want to make sure that's good. So even like I work Saturdays. Before I go into work, we get together. We go over to a coffee shop. We go hang out at the coffee shop and just chillax. Get a cup of coffee, hang out, talk to each other, hang out with the daughter.
Which coffee shop?
There's a few over in the town next to us.
Calusa.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Yeah, like really good coffee shops.
I don't like Calusa for some reason.
No, one of them's like a...
it's more family owned, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is. So the same people that own Rocco's own the coffee shop. One of them. It's called Caffeinated. But yeah, it's really nice. There's like...
Let me see these pictures. You guys don't get to see it.
It's pictures of me and the kid.
That's cute. Oh yeah, I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah. It's right across from the gym.
Yeah. That's cute. He's having coffee, but then you see a big ass muffin.
Pistachio.
It is green.
Pistachio muffin. is the best. They got like the best pistachio muffin there. Can't resist it. Every time I go there, I work too hard. I deserve my goddamn pistachio muffin. I will not be shamed. I will not be shamed. I will not falter to this guilt. Oh yes. That's pretty much what I did.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's great.
What else is new?
We have an employee.
We have
wait. IRX doesn't know. We have an assistant. Why is this table so rocky? Probably because you set it up. Don't. These are getting so weird. These are getting so they're good.
Oh! That shit. Usually it settles. It takes like...
Usually it settles.
Usually it takes like 10 seconds. No, this one right off the bat hit my nostrils.
Jesus. These are getting so weird.
Hold on! We're poor.
I have kids.
Yes. How many?
5 to 7 of them.
We are very poor. He has multiple kids. Doesn't even know how many.
Sometimes they get lost
Sometimes they get lost
in the house. I can't find them.
Yeah.
So,
and
is it because my house is that big, or is it because it's so messy?
It's because it's so messy and he has so many kids, and he just can't afford it right now. And I hold my hand up. I had to sell my testicles just to afford this office remodel. I am very poor. And the only way for us to get out of this situation is if you use code PEACH. If you want some pre-workout, pump formulas, protein powder, use code PEACH. Alright.
Although not only that, if you guys are interested in getting free products, just join PeachFit.
Yes.
Because PeachFit, every single month, we give away $300 worth of product. So if you join PeachFit, you enter in a monthly challenge. I mean, you get back what you put in. I mean, that's $100 one-time payment for PeachFit. We're giving away $300 a month, baby. We pay our money.
So, like, I think we talked about this. I don't know. We could have talked about this last time, but we're going to start doing, like, Discord calls. So I'll be talking to you guys live. I did it last week.
Things we're trying to work on is Discord activity levels, which is our community chat for PeachFit, where all of our members get in and kind of talk to each other. It's always been pretty good. Like, right now we have, I would say, right around 500 members in there, and it's always been pretty decently active. Like, it doesn't go a day without like people are always talking in there.
Yeah,
but it's not as active from newcomers as I would personally like it to be. So a few of those things that we were talking about that we could be able to work on to increase the activity level and just benefit everyone else is, for starters, like you were saying, is we're moving into doing video calls where everyone's allowed in, ask questions, hang out, and just kind of chit chat for an hour or whatever it might be every Friday. We're going to get those going on a scheduled time so that people can know and kind of make time for that. And then on top of that is come to my attention that a lot of people don't know how to use Discord, which is great. If you're not a gamer, and I guess if you're a little bit older and stuff like that, I don't know. I never used Discord until I started a server. That was my first experience with Discord, as I started a server. So I get that.
I was a pretty big gamer. So
I know you are.
It just kind of.
So I'm just going to send out, like, with the, when you purchase and everything like that, I'm going to go through the thank you and the welcome email and then add in full instructions on what the server can provide for you and what it does and then everything like that, and hopefully increase the activity level before we make an app, because we are looking at making an app for it, and I think that will just increase activity level,
testosterone
anabolic testosterone levels if you're in PeachFit. So that's what we're moving forward. Let's try to better customer experience for everyone. Help more people. Say it with me. Help more people. Help more people.
This is getting really weird.
I know. We had this person in the last podcast comment. This is podcast number 7.
Abnormally.
I thought he said you guys are abnormally goofy, but he said adorably goofy,
which makes me nuts.
Which I can't. That's what you call this.
Yes.
I thought abnormally goofy fit pretty well too, though. I mean, I wasn't gonna deny it.
We're weird.
We are weird.
You could tell we were like the kind of the outsiders in the high school. We're
those weird kids growing up, just with more money. I swear.
Dude, it's getting hot. Can I just...
I'll let you lick your lips. That made me feel so uncomfortable. Take it off! Take it off! Is this even a podcast anymore? I don't know. Or is it just us fucking off? Sometimes I wonder if we actually work. Sometimes I'm like, I work so hard. We're always doing something that I question in my head at the end of the day. I'm like, did we actually do anything all day?
Yes.
Like, or did we just fuck off? Speaking of money, though, I just want to speak on religion real quick.
Damn, we went from... Hold on.
Well, hold on. No, I'm going to wrap this back into money.
Okay.
Because there's a church that always comes by my shop and asks for a donation every like 4 to 6 months. And they come by, the guy, it's the same guy every time, but he always brings a new brother with him. And what they do is they're a rehabilitation for like people that get out of jail or people that need like a rehab home, but don't like want to go for rehab and can't pay for rehab. Okay. What they do is they have a house, they have multiple houses all throughout California, and you go there, you get checked in and you have like obedience, you get stripped down and searched, you can't have any drugs, you have like specific requirements you have to meet. So like you have to get a job within like, you know, so many days. You have to do your chores, you have to, all this stuff, you have to be home at a certain deadline, you can't be out later than the specific deadline, you have to go to church with the group, as a group, like every single time, you have to pray every single night.
They all live in the same home?
They all live in the same home. Anyone's allowed in, as long as you want to change. They have homes all throughout all of this stuff, but they always come by, and I always donate every time they come by. So they come by more recently, ever since I started donating more.
You give a cat more food, they're gonna come back.
But you know, like I love the cause, I really do, because like I'm not a very religious person, and it was very interesting because yesterday they came by, and there's this one guy that came by. Of course, it's the main guy who always comes by, and he, like I said, he always brings a different person.
Oh yeah,
by,
yeah.
And I always ask him, I'm like, what do you go to jail for?
Oh
like,
yeah,
stuff like that. And you could tell this guy had been in jail. Like you could tell, like he was wearing a collared shirt, but you could tell underneath his like collar, full tatted up, like Mexican dude, definitely like more cholo like, and even walked around more like chest up kind of thing, like, and but the dude was just so high on life. Like he really was. Like he was talking about stuff. He was like, yeah, like I said, my life was so fucked before, and all this stuff, and was kind of talking about life, and then like he just sees some chickens over there, over in the corner of my shop. And the chickens are like about to fight. And he just sits there and he stops talking. He's watching the chickens. He's like, oh, you see the chickens? He's just so happy though. He was talking about smelling the roses and just appreciating life, you know, because he had taken it for granted before, and how home gives him like new chance and new opportunity at life and all this sort of stuff. Freedom. Yeah, pretty much. But no, it's really interesting and really grateful to be able to give back. But they sat outside and like they did a whole pray for me, did a prayer in my parking lot with me. And I'm not a religious person.
I'm sure you were, like, knowing you, like, I'm sure you were like while you were praying, you're all...
No. Like, you know, honestly, like, I'm not a religious person. I'm not someone to bash someone's beliefs either, but I do donate for like specific causes that do help people, you know?
Like that.
Like that, exactly. Like I want to create a charity. That's one of the big agendas in my life. Just pound coffee that fast.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
go on.
No, but I just like, I want to help people out and stuff like that too. Like how PeachFit helps people out. Like we get messages all the time from people that are like, you changing their lives.
Oh, it feels good.
It feels great. But then also like, I want to help out in other aspects like that. I forgot where I was going with this.
Finance. You were at religion and you're wrapping back to finance.
I got no idea how.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, how can you, like, money and religion is like things that you have to separate.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, like, so they do like donations or whatever. I donate to them every single time, and I typically give them like $50 to $100 every time they come by.
Generous.
But we have like in our local town here, because we live in a really small town, we have our church, and our church does a food drive once a month for all the impoverished families here in our town, and you can come and you can get cheaper food and stuff like that. So I was talking to him, and I'm hoping to hook up a deal between like a Sacramento branch that they have the Sacramento house, because they get a lot of food donated, and he says a lot of it, you know, ends up getting wasted sometimes. So I'm hoping that I could hook up with him, and then once a month all their leftover food they'll be able to donate to our small church here and be able to give back even more to our community.
That's awesome.
What have you done, you piece of shit? I'm just kidding.
You know? Let's see. I've never been baptized.
Either have I. Thinking about it,
I've been going to church like almost every Sunday now, wanting to get baptized and stuff.
Wait, before this, I want to say, how religious are you?
I always pray. I grew up in a Christian household.
Yeah.
Life kind of happens, and then I just kind of was like coasting, I call it. Just like, it was just really just like, I don't really think about it. I'm just like going through life, but it's like, you know, I wrap back into religion, or I don't want to say it like Christian or just like religion. I don't even like religion, dude. I just like, I believe in the Bible, and I believe in God and
Yeah.
Jesus, you know, whatever. And it's like, I don't know, religion, because people have wars over religion, and it's like really weird. It's like you got Mormons and Christians, and you got Catholics, and it's just like, I don't know, like, what do they all have in common? They all believe
in a higher power, and a savior.
Yeah, so it's like, if I had to put myself in a category, it would be Christianity, because that's like a really good basic, like the roots. Right? I'm going every Sunday and trying to open up a Bible and you know, highlighting stuff that, it's really nice because different churches do different things, and
they do.
Shout out Pastor Greg. He
my man.
He said he has like a script he was like talking about in the Bible. He relates it to like today's like problems and how it can relate to like people's problems.
In modern day.
So it's like really nice because it's like, oh, like that's a really good perspective. And it helps me like mentally.
No, that's great. I was bringing it up because I find it so interesting. Like, one of the reasons I do have a lot of respect for you is because you're a very moral person. Like, you have a good moral compass, and you do like to give back. Like, for starters, that family that you bought like their stuff at the gas station for them just because.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, you're like, hey, like I got it. Like, I'll pay for your guys' stuff just to be nice, paying it forward. And like,
hopefully people see this. They see me. They're like, hey, by the way, can you pay me?
I'm broke. Such a sense of moral, man.
See, the AP Fit said you're such a moral man.
My car's broken. Can you pay my mechanic bill? It's only $4,000. Like, I'm a big believer in giving because
there's a difference between giving and like getting used.
Yeah. And giving too much. Not only that, like, you need, like, I'm a big believer in you can't help anyone before you help yourself. Kind of learned that throughout my life, is that you are numero uno. Help yourself first, and then once you get to a better position to where you're comfortable with being able to give,
take that first step.
Yes. I have a lot of respect for you because you are a moral person. But the difference is between like me and you is I'm not religious whatsoever. Versus you like go to church and all this stuff, but we have like really, really similar morals.
Yeah.
I was raised like somewhat with the Bible, especially like growing up in Arkansas. In Portland,
you kind of are forced.
Yeah, I was forced to go to church. Yeah. Like I spent a lot of days like at church, you know, even though it's youth church when I was a kid growing up and stuff, but I mean, you're forced to go to church and you don't really have a say. Yeah. Especially living in a little bit of the Bible Belt growing up. I don't know if I got like some of my morals from that, but something I was watching was, what is that? My Name is Earl. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. Yeah. I've been rewatching it recently, and I mean, me and my brother, we used to ride over to the public library when we lived in Portland, Oregon, you know, a few blocks away. We'd ride his bike and jump on his pegs. We'd ride over to the public library and rent DVDs. And we used to rent seasons of My Name is Earl and then ride back home, and we'd sit there, you know, watch My Name is Earl.
That's funny.
Growing up, but rewatching it, I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, it's a beautiful show based on the moral aspect of it. But it also shows that, like, even though you're trying to get better, you still fuck up. And that doesn't ruin what you have already made in the progress. So I'm kind of wrapping this a little bit back into some other stuff. Even though you have a few bad days or you make a mistake, or like, let's say, like, for me, I made a mistake in my life and I kind of blamed myself and held a lot of guilt for a while, and then I kind of wrap it back into like you're doing better, you're doing all these things, you're doing really good things, and then it's like you make one bad mistake and you feel like everything that you did doesn't matter because you made another mistake. But that's not how it works, because everyone makes mistakes because we're all human.
And you can wrap that into
I was going to say diet. That's what I was actually about to wrap it into. I was going to let you do that aspect of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like, this usually doesn't happen, but you can have 2 months of just like, oh man, my diet has been perfect. Yeah. And then you have that one horrible day of just like totally binging out and eating like 50,000 calories. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, I'm just horrible. Like, I just might as well just give up. No, it has that one terrible day is not going to ruin anything. Even like if you dieted for like a week, having that one bad day is like fine. Yeah. So it's like, don't shed light to that one bad day. Shed light to the rest of the days that you had and just get back on track.
Yeah. It's like, for example, I mean, there's 365 days in a year. If you're able to win 300 of them, you're golden. That's a majority rule right there. That's like I want to say 86%. I don't know. Let me look it up. 300 divided by 365. What would I do without a calculator? 82%. 82. I was close. That's an 82% win, baby. That is a B.
B's get degrees.
Well, I mean C's. Or D's get diplomas, C's get degrees. I don't know. I dropped out of college, so don't listen. 3 times. Don't listen to me. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm winging it through life. Someone help me. What else has been going on in life? My daughter has been growing. She's standing and trying to do some like little steps, stuff like that.
Nice.
It's really cool. Talking to all the people out there that like want kids but are afraid to have kids, that kind of don't want kids, dude. That's what are you trying to interject, or are you saying that's you? Want kids but don't want kids?
No, I want kids, but it's like not the right time.
I get what you mean,
but it's never the right time.
No, and that's what I was gonna say is, speaking on the fact of like, it's not a good time for me to have kids or stuff like that. My kid was an accident. Like straight up, like absolutely did not mean to have a kid. I was young. I didn't want kids until I didn't want kids until I was like mid-20s and had my daughter at 21. And with the chick that I only knew for like 2 months. I mean, it worked out beautifully. I mean, like I said, love of my life for sure, and best partner I've ever had. But having a kid, you hear a lot of like, like, oh, your life's over or whatnot, or like, oh, good luck, like going out or anything like that. It's really like stupid stuff that you hear before I had a kid. That people would say like, oh, there goes your free time or whatnot. And like, even though you don't have as much free time, because you definitely don't, because like you're there with your kid like takes up, like, it's a double-edged sword, because it works out perfect when you're like, my kid, I can't go out, man, my kid, stuff like that. But it's also a double-edged sword, because when you want to go do shit, you're like, oh, I can't go out.
Yeah.
Like, I have a kid now to watch my kid. Even though you're giving up free time, it always sounded like people make it like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, man, goodbye free time or whatnot. Like, having a kid is fucking awesome. I don't know what I was, like, scared of when I was younger about having a kid. Everyone's like, oh, this is going to be such a thing. It's not that big of a change.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, on a day-to-day, I think it's more of a bigger change for Elena, because she is a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's a big job. She went from working to now being a stay-at-home mom, but she absolutely loves it. She's like, I don't want to do anything else. She's like, I don't want to work.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to take care of my kid, raise a kid. It's a beautiful experience. There's nothing to be afraid of, because if things change very, very slowly, it's not like, boom, you're going through it, you're slammed into teenager years. No, they start out at 0. They take time, they grow, you learn, they learn. It's really, really cool and interesting. It's never the right time, which makes it the best time to have a kid.
You'll see mini Peach in the next year.
Yeah, mini Peach.
Because we're financially, like, me and my fiance, she just became a nurse.
Good job, Elisa.
My fiance just became a nurse. She hates it. She's just stressed because it's like her first like week.
Yeah.
And she's just like, it's a lot to be an RN. She's handling it well though. And financially we're getting there, like owning a home, and she really wants kids. She wants like 4 or 5 kids. Yeah. I don't know how many I want. I don't know. We'll test. I'm more of like, all right, let's have 1 and then we'll go from there. Yeah. Like, how many do you think you want?
I want like 5.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
because before, I remember years ago, you're like 1 or 2.
Yeah. Like, I love kids, especially after having a kid. Like, because I always said I wanted 5. Like, from the age I was like 20, I was like, I want a lot of kids, know. But then after having a kid, I'm like, oh, this shit's fucking awesome. Like, I want 50. It's up to my spouse. It's definitely up to Elena, because she does the majority of, like, I'm a single family income. Yeah. So it's like, to make like well over 6 figures as a single family income takes a lot of work and a lot of like dedication and time and sacrifice, unfortunately. And it's like, for you guys, like, you guys are going to make like well over the 6-figure mark between the 2 of you, but your time is like split between the 2 of you. Yeah. Versus like, it's me alone. It kind of sucks a little bit. So it's a bit harder there.
What I'll do, what I would like to do was like, I could be it'd be awesome to be the stay-at-home dad.
Yeah. Everyone just drops the kids off with you.
Yeah, dude. No, for real though. Like, because it's like, I'll be the stay-at-home dad, and I'll be working on PeachFit when I'm at home. Because that's like more of a night. I could do that at home. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think that's like something that could like honestly really work out.
It could, yeah. We can just leave him here with Dev.
But no, man, I really, 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 really want kids. It's just like, am I ready? Like, financially, like, I'm definitely ready. It's just like, that sounded so cocky.
No, really, that's smart. Like, you should not, like,
I don't want to have a kid knowing that it's like, I'm in the, like, I don't have money. So
it makes it nicer. Like, and it's a big blessing to have, to be able to actually like have a kid and then not worry about money. Because a lot of the times, like, you're worrying about how am I going to pay this daycare bill? You know, how am I going to pay for diapers? How am I going to pay for formula? Like, all this additional things. Because it adds up. I mean, we're spending like $300 a month in just formula. I mean, it's definitely a little pricey.
But that's all they eat, though. Formula?
Not anymore. No,
Oh,
like, I mean,
when you get to a certain point.
no, I was going to say she eats 3 meals a day plus like 3 bottles a day.
Cheese.
Yeah, she eats a lot. So
Was she on the boob?
she was a little bit until well ran dry, which is okay. And then we switched over to formula. So I want to say she was like 5-6 months when we switched her to formula.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, and she did really well. And then like I'm really picky on like formulas and stuff, so I did a bunch of research on where to get formula, and I landed with a European brand. So I use a European formula that's shipped into state, so it's extra pricey. Europe has a lot better like food, health, safety ratings than on stuff. So anything you get from Europe is going to be a lot better for you than it is in America. So it's a little extra pricey because it's like $50 a fucking tub. Yeah, it's worth it.
Oh.
Besides that, yeah, don't be afraid to look it. It's like kind of like buying a house. Speaking of buying a house, you know, I know you're in the market and I'm in the market. I mean, I was looking at like average house prices right around $500,000. You know how much that is a month in just a mortgage payment with like, let's say 5% down. You know, if you were to just take it in 5% down, FHA,
Let's say 28.
No, it's like $4,400 a month with your insurance.
Oh, 5% down?
Yeah, 5% down. Yeah.
I want a big percent down.
I know you do.
30, 40.
Which is good. I mean, because then you have a lot of equity into your house. But it's, I was having a conversation with.
Nope, that was Ari. Sorry. I really feel bad for the editor. Anyway.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh!
The kids. That was so weird.
Editor, I'm sorry. I get a little gassy at times.
It's called the protein.
You know what it smells like? That Loki. Do you know what that Loki smells like?
I don't smell it.
No, do you know that freaking plant? It like smells like really good.
Eucalyptus?
Eucalyptus nut.
That's pretty good. I'll accept that.
I want you to just drown yourself in that. I want you to drown yourself.
I was not expecting that. So for anyone that doesn't know, Jacob and I have a running These Nuts joke for the past
years.
Oh, it's probably been 4 or 5 years since we started these Nuts jokes. And for the first 2 years, like, we got each other a lot. And then these days, it's like once every like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, because we're so cautious about it. Like, not only that, we've used so many jokes.
And I want to let you know, I saw a video last night, and I was like, eucalyptus. I'm like, I'm gonna get Aaron in the podcast tomorrow. This was all planned out, my friend. I walked through this door saying, I'm gonna get this. Today is the day. Today is the day I'm gonna get Mr. Pine.
Nothing beats the box.
Nothing beats the box.
Nothing beats the box. I have a video recording. Oh, Jacob, I got him a Christmas present. He's so excited. Opens it up in my car. It was something important too. And he was like, oh my God, you got me this. And it was like, great.
Almost tearing up.
It was great. It was
He's all giggling. I'm like,
it was all good. Opens up the box. I'm like, open it up. Check it out. Opens it up. It's a piece of paper that says These Nuts on it. So I have like a whole 5-minute video on this. It's great.
You do have a video on it.
I do. I know. I was going through my Google Photos the other day, just trying to clear out data. Yeah, and I scrolled. That's when I found the videos of us sitting down talking about like life and stuff like that in my room. Yeah, we recorded videos back when we first started doing like social media and yada yada, all this other stuff. And we're sitting in my room, kind of talking about like goals and agendas and game plans. And what was it, like 28,000 followers is what we had at the time. And it's a video of us kind of documenting.
So excited though.
Yeah, it's a video of us documenting like who we are, what our goals are, what our current situation is. Like all this stuff.
That's a beautiful time.
It is. I like looking back on memories.
Never thought that we'd get to this point, honestly. I mean, 28,000 followers to now almost 1 million. We're tickling the 1 million mark on TikTok at least.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
we're getting there.
We're tickling it.
Overall, I want like 1 million followers on every platform. Then I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Then I could say I achieved something with our lives. I don't know if anyone has any ideas or if you guys would love to hear like topics.
I want to say this. This is like totally random. I've been staying a lot more consistent with my diet, and it's due to carbs. For the longest time, I was just doing basically carnivore. I don't want to say I'm carnivore, but like
just high protein,
just
low
a super
fat,
high protein, low fat, like very little carb. And I've upped my carbs, and I'm still in that deficit of calories. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to like eat as much. I don't know. Like
you feel fuller.
I feel a lot fuller. Yeah. So I'm like this now, which is really nice. Or probably like this. It's like a downward slope, which is really nice. Slow. But it's not like this.
Yeah. Because you don't have that much mass to lose anymore.
Yeah, you know? And it's just like a thing where we naturally want to see progress and do more, but it's like you only can take your natural genetics to a certain point. And I think I have a good amount to go. I'm hitting it.
Yeah, you're getting there. I'm getting natural genetic mark, that's for sure.
Peach going to hop on the saucy?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know, maybe at 40.
Maybe, yeah, just be that juice head.
Why not?
Yeah. Back in the day, son, I used to pitch 405 type of guy. You know, right. Back in the day. Do you have any? Wow, do you have any proof of that? No, man, it was what? It was
phones weren't out.
Phones weren't out. But it was 2023. I know I was by myself. Yeah. You didn't have a spotter? No.
PRER, baby.
PRER.
Speaking of, oh damn, what did you just bring up? I was gonna bring up a topic. What did you just say?
PRER.
Yeah, before that.
Bench press.
What's that? No,
spotter.
Before that. Keep going back. Beginning of the conversation. What were you talking about? Oh, it's gonna irk me.
I used to bench 405.
Yeah, you used to.
You
actually used to though.
Back in the fucking day.
Back in the day, you actually did. Yeah,
that's a question I get a lot. Is am I stronger now? Because I look stronger, but holy shit, I've gotten weak. Dude.
Yeah.
Like all I cared about in high school was just like powerlifting movements, and I think that's how I built my frame when I was overweight, and then under all like the fat was obviously like just straight muscle, get a better frame.
Cha.
So it's like, no, I definitely gotten weaker. And I'm really curious.
You can still hit 315, baby.
Yeah, I still got that
315. Still got 315.
Right? Yeah.
No, I remember what I was going to say. You're talking about dieting. Dieting down when you're really, really fat is a lot different than maintaining when you're going for like lean mass or when you get to a specific level of weight. The leaner you get, you want to incorporate carbs more to satiate you.
Yes.
Because you're not relying on like your fat to do body recomp anymore. So you definitely, like, when you're trying to grow or maintain, once you hit that specific spot, you definitely want to increase your carb level.
Yeah.
Drop your protein level back to like the 0.75 to 1 gram per body weight.
Depending on how much you weigh, like when I was 315 pounds, I was basically having very, very, very little carbs to no carbs just because I was a carb. So I didn't need that energy. Like I already had so much stored energy that I didn't need to go out and just like,
I don't need to pound fucking 200 grams of carbs every day.
Yeah. So it's like when you get down to a certain body fat, you're going to need those carbs. And that's something I'm like, I learn stuff every day. You know about it, you hear it, but once you're in the position and you start implementing it for yourself, that's when you really learn.
Yeah.
Like 5 + 5 = 10, but it's like, does it really equal 10?
Yeah.
No.
I guess. 4 + 4 is fish. I don't know. Or 2 + 2 is fish.
No, it's elk.
Oh yeah, you're correct. Actually, do you know how 4 + 4 or how 2 + 2 = fish?
Because it goes like this and this, and it like
it makes a fish.
Makes a fish. Yeah.
Guys, making sure I have to do a demonstration on the whiteboard for everyone on how to draw a fish.
Oh,
well, I think that's about it, guys. I was reading a comment. It's funny how you talked about 6 episodes being the most podcast fail, and then the 6th one is your last one.
Oh yeah, so we are on our 7th one.
Snip. No, we're on our 8th.
Yeah.
From Snip in Monster. Snip in Monster. You're in for a surprise. It was not our last one.
That was a marketing.
Marketing move. Not only that, we also took a week-long break.
Yeah.
From posting on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's funny that now we're gonna come out like the week after.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We're back
in.
Yeah, nothing happened.
We have like a ton of podcasts. Like, what about the one for the car?
Yeah, that's the next one. That's number 7. That's gonna come out.
Okay.
Yeah, this week or something like that. Yeah, because my goal is I'm switching, like looking at YouTube analytics and stuff like that, trying to grow more on YouTube. Honestly, for us, this is more of just we're posting it to post it. We don't really have a whole lot of time and dedication into YouTube right now because it's more of time management and bettering specific things otherwise. But we definitely want to grow YouTube and get better with audience retention and then work on growing and connecting more with the audience. That'll come with time, but for now, like looking at simple things like YouTube analytics, we're going to start posting on Saturday and Sunday between 9 and noon. So we're going to do a podcast on like Saturday, and then on Sunday we'll be doing releasing the gym vlog or whatever it is. But that's kind of what we're moving with that.
I like it.
It's getting there.
I like it.
It's getting there. So drop those comments below on what topics you want to see us talk about, or if you want your comments reviewed or whatnot. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
All right.
You finish it off.
Outline code Peach. Guys, that's about it. Yeah. If you are interested in, losing weight, having a full transformation, you have PeachFit. We're doing a lot with it, and I'm excited for it. And yeah, hope to see you there.
Do you guys want some Peachcast merch? We'll set up a store that we can get some Peachcast merch going. I know we are working on PeachFit merch because there are a lot of people in our community have been asking us for some merch there. So we're gonna start doing like water bottles, backpacks, hoodies, tanks, shirts, wets, shorts, random stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys want some merch, just let us know down below and we'll get making on it. We got someone for that now. Shout out to Dev, who's our cameraman for our gym vlogs.
All right.
All right, bye guys. Oh, bye Miss Video Editor.
Bye, Miss Video. I'm sorry for farting in the camera.